Hello learners. In last lecture we have seen selection of flat belt from the manufacturing catalog and one example on it. Okay, in this lecture that is learning outcome that we should able to demonstrate the procedure of selecting a wheel belt from the manufacturing catalog and select wheel belt from manufacturing catalog for one example. So now if you see in earlier lecture also, that is selection of belt from the manufacturing catalog for the flat belt. Okay, for the flat belt. Okay, so what are required things, that if you are selecting a belt from the manufacturing catalog, so the input parameters are what you have to basically belt is used to transmit power from one location to another, that means from one shaft to another shaft. Okay, so you should know how much power you have to transmit from one shaft to the another shaft, that is power to be transmitted, that you should know. Then second thing is what will be the input speed. Okay, input speed shaft whatever the input shaft is there, its speed, how much uh, uh, it is running with what speed. Okay, and the second thing is output speed. At output, whatever the shaft is there, what will be its speed. Okay, so that is input speed, output speed. Then center distance should be known to you. Okay, so how far those two shafts are there and over which we have to transmit the power, so belt length will be decided based on that. Okay, then next thing is the type of load. Okay, so now for type of load, generally type of load depends upon the your driving unit and driven unit, and also here in case of the wheel belt, how much operational hours per day will be there for the belt, means how much hour that belt will be remaining per day. Okay, so those are the different parameter, those are the input parameter that you should know as a designer. Then based on those input parameter you will select a belt from the manufacturing catalog. As we have seen in earlier, for the flat belt also, those parameters are the required thing, that those are the input parameter. Okay, then we'll select belt from the manufacturing catalog with those parameter. Then now if you know, if we have if you remember in earlier lecture, for the selection of flat belt from the manufacturing catalog, as we have seen, the rated power is known to you. That means what will be the input power, or power of the input device, power that is provided by the input device. Okay, so that is known, that is rated power generally. Okay, that is rated power. But our in power requirement means how much power we need. Okay, how much maximum power we need, because that some power will be lost in transmission, because type of load will be different, so vibrations will be acting, so power loss will be over there. Okay, so in order to compensate all those things, that means angle of wrap will be different in standard condition and in your application. Then type of load will be different. In standard condition they might be taking a steady load, okay, or normal load, but in your case there will be a shock, there will be some intermittent vibration will be there. Okay, so those things will be there, so you need to modify the power requirement. Okay, so the factors we have seen in last lecture. Okay, so that is fa factor, that is type of load. Based on the type of load, you are selecting a load correction factor. And second factor we have seen, that is what, which factor we have seen, the arc of contact factor. Okay, here the extra third factor will be added. Okay, so that will see. Okay, so first factor is fa, that is correction factor according to service, that is based on the type of load. Okay, the fa is called as the correction factor according to service. Okay, so now if you see in this table, in columns you will see that is type of driving unit. Okay, so which type of driving unit will be on, and in the row you will see the driven unit. Okay, and over the type of driving unit, so you will see operation hour, how many hours it will be running for the day. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to find out the input unit, output unit, and intersection of those will give you a fa, that is correction factor according to the service condition. Okay, so that will modify your rated power into a maximum power that you require, or design power. Okay, maximum power is also called design power basically. Okay, as per the design requirement that you are calculating, that you are converting the rated power into a maximum power. Okay, so that is your design power. Okay, so you will calculate a design power. Then second thing is what, here if you see, in case of the cross section, in case of the v belt, there are different cross section of the belt will be there. Oh, there are different cross section of the belt will be there. That means based on the manufacturer and the means based on the Manufacturing and Bureau of India standard. Okay, actually they have standardized those belts. Okay, because everybody will take a different shape of trapezium, that is cross section of the belt, its proportions will be different and so on, so they make it standardized. Okay, so they make it standardized and designated it with some letters. Okay, so that is E type of belt will be there, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, and Z is used generally for the low power transmission. Okay, and A, B, C, D, E are used for the general purpose applications. Okay, so now we have to select a type of cross section of the belt. Here you will see the symbols A, B, C, D, E. Okay, those are the for the general purpose application. Z is not here, that is for the low power transmission. Okay, so now for the selection of belt, means what type of belt will be there, so you are going to select. So for that you should know the design power and the speed of the fastest pulley. Okay, those two things you need to know. Okay, so if you know those two things, then you can find out the, means you will plot a design power on x-axis and the speed of fastest shaft on y-axis, and the intersection of those two will give you a type of belt. If suppose if your design power is 10, okay, and your speed is 300, the intersection of 10 and 300 lies in the C zone. Okay, so you cross section of belt you are selecting as a C. Okay, and that way if your design power is 30 kilowatt, okay, and your fastest speed shaft means speed of the fastest shaft is what, 200, so intersection of those will lie in the zone of D, so your belt will be of D cross section belts. Okay, that way you will select a cross section of belt, and the proportions. Okay, the proportions for A, B, C, D, E, the proportions of the trapezium is different for the different cross section. Okay, so based on, you will just select the cross section type, and then you from the standard table the proportions of those will be available to you. Okay, so that is your second step. Okay, based on design power and speed of the fastest pulley, you will select the cross section of the belt. Okay, so now next thing is dimension of smaller pulley. Now you will see that here in this table you will say a belt section, that is Z, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so suppose you select a Z, so in earlier table there wasn't a Z cross section belt, so A, B, C, D is A, B, C, D, E only, that is general purpose application. Why not go for the smaller application? Okay, now if you see means you will see the column, that is pitch width, nominal width, then nominal height, those are what dimension of the trapezium. Okay, so means if you select A, then cross section of the cross section of the A belt is known to you, then recommended diameter of the pulley is also known to you, that is 125, and smallest possible, okay, below that you cannot go, that is 75. Okay, so that is, those table is available in design data book. Okay, then next thing is the preferred pitch diameter of the pulley. Okay, preferred pitch diameter of the pulley, that means if you you know, that is diameter of the smaller pulley. In earlier slide you have seen for that cross section, the recommended diameter for the smaller pulley is known to you. Okay, recommended diameter that you can take, okay, for the smaller pulley, and based on that diameter you can find out the diameter of the bigger pulley. Okay, now for the bigger pulley, your diameter will be have some value. Okay, you have to check whether that value lies between the preferred pitch diameter of the pulley. So if you select a B cross section and your value is suppose 181, so you have to see in B section, is there any 181 diameter is there? No. After 180 you will say direct 190 will be there, so you have to take 190 as a diameter of the bigger pulley, that is preferred diameter. You have to see standard value you have to take from the design data book. Okay, so through these tables. Okay, the next thing is length. Okay, pitch length, nominal pitch length of the standard pulley. So you will find out the length, and from the that length you have to see a nominal pitch length or standard pitch length for that particular cross section. Okay, then next is arc of contact factor. As I have told you that EFA and EFD values are same as we have seen earlier for the flat belt section. Okay, now what is that arc of contact factor? Basically you can see in earlier lecture, otherwise you can understand here that arc of contact factor is what, the generally the power transmitting capacity of belt is defined for 180-degree arc of contact. Means if the angle of wrap, means belt is enveloping your pulley, that angle is 180 degree. means for half of your pulley your belt is wrapping, and at that such condition how much power that belt can transmit. Okay, that is generally prescribed in design data book, but in your actual condition that might be different. That means your power transmitting capacity, generally your angle of wrap will be different. It might be more than that, it might be less than that. Okay, so for your application, for your particular application, you have to say modify your power based on this thing. Okay, so for that thing you are using that factor, that is arc of contact factor. Okay, arc of contact factor, for finding arc of contact factor you should know first angle of wrap for the smaller pulley. So you have to calculate angle of wrap for smaller pulley, that is alpha is equal to 180 minus 2 into sine inverse of capital D minus small d upon 2c. Okay, so generally the angle of wrap is, should not be less than the 120 degree. Okay, for this belt, that is V belt. Okay, for the flat belt it should not be less than 150 degree. Okay, then next is when you have those values you can find out the FD, that is when you know the angle you can find out the correction factor. Okay, and the last thing is what, correction factor for the belt length. Okay, correction factor for the belt length. So you have to find out the correction factor for the belt length, and it depends on what type of cross section, what will be type of cross section of belt you have chosen, and next the pitch length of the belt that we have calculated. Based on this thing you will find out the FC from the next table. Here you will see here above you will set Z, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so a B cross section you have selected, then your B cross section is, and what will be the length, calculated length will be there. Then corresponding to that you will see in first column the correction factor will be there, so you can choose a correction factor. But what, why we need those values? Basically you need those values for calculating the power. Okay, for calculating the power, so you will see those things, the formula for it, that is here. Okay, so number of belts is equals to P into Fa upon Pr into Fc into Fd. So P is nothing but the maximum power transmitting capacity of that belt, Fa is your correction factor, Pr is the power rating of the belt, that is given in this catalog. Okay, manufacturer's catalog. Fc is the correction factor for the due to the angle of wrap, and Fd is the correction factor to the pitch length. Okay, so those Fa, Fc and Fd, how to calculate or how to choose those Fa, Fc, Fd, that we have seen. Okay, in next lecture we will see the procedure for selecting a belt, V belt from the manufacturing catalog.